Broadcasting live from the studios of World Dairy Expo in Madison, Wisconsin, USA. This is WXPO News.
Hello everyone and welcome to WXPO News at 4:30 on this Thursday afternoon, October 5th. I'm Kristen Olson. Here's what's coming up. The International Brown Swiss Show wrapped up earlier this afternoon. We'll have full highlights. And it's not a Brown Swiss show at World Dairy Expo without music unique to the breed and paying homage to its deep Swiss roots. Learn more about the Swiss yodelers ahead. And later, Expo brings people together in many unique ways, from business proposals to marriage ones. But first, judges Keith Topp and Dean Doley spent this morning evaluating just under 350 head of the finest Brown Swiss cattle in North America during the International Brown Swiss Show earlier today. At the conclusion of the show, the pair selected Top Acres Supreme Wizard ET, exhibited by Wayne E. Sliker, St. Paris, Ohio. Wizard's first honor of the day was a win in the component merit class before being named senior and then grand champion female of the International Brown Swiss Show. Wizard is located in New Holland Pavilion 1, Aisle 8 on the south side. Meanwhile, Top Acres Garbu winner proved she is indeed a winner today during the International Junior Brown Swiss Show earlier today on the colored shavings. Winner began her day being named the first place 5-year-old cow. This was followed by claiming the title of senior champion female, only to return to the colored shavings for one last lap to be named grand champion female of the International Junior Brown Swiss Show. You can find Winner and her exhibitor, Jonathan Hubbard of Thurmont, Maryland, in Pavilion 2, row 16 south. Majestic Brown Swiss weren't the only stars of the show. Those viewing the International Brown Swiss Show had the opportunity to experience music unique to the breed and its deep Swiss roots with a performance from the New Glarus Yodel Club during the Grand Champion Parade. Hailing from America's Little Switzerland, New Glarus, Wisconsin, just 30 minutes south of Madison, the club was formed in 1928 and has become a fan favorite tradition during the International Brown Swiss Show. The New Glarus Yodel Club has won numerous awards and has performed around the Midwest and internationally. Club member Tony Zragan has been a member since 1980. He grew up on a small dairy farm in Switzerland and came to Wisconsin as an exchange student at the University of Wisconsin-Madison in 1978. As Zragan yodels during Expo with the Brown Swiss entering the show ring, he says he's reminded of his childhood, stating, "Yodeling reminds me of how good it felt to be in nature and to carry on our Swiss traditions." Coming up on WXPO News, we'll hear from an industry expert. But first, a word from our sponsors.
The latest innovation is the Magellan Active Alley Flooring. The Magellan rubber flooring is an innovative solution for drainage and removal of the liquids in the alleys. The future lies in understanding animal needs. Innovation is dedicated to solutions and to the profitability of cattle rearing.
The future of dairy health is here with a new portfolio that's more comprehensive than ever. Proven products like Bovacalc, Polymast, Today, Zactran, and Epronex. Stop by Beringer Ingelheim, booths 2806 to 2809 to get your free Epronex beanie while supplies last. And don't forget to enter for your chance to win a pellet grill from Yoder Smokers.
Welcome back. For years, education has been prominent throughout World Dairy Expo, especially with the world-class Expo seminars, which highlight key issues facing the dairy industry. Joining us now is this morning's Expo seminar presenter, Dr. Marcus Curley, Director of the National Animal Disease Center. Dr. Curley, welcome.
Good afternoon, Kristen.
So if you could give our viewers, those who may have not tuned in or been able to be there in person this morning, an overview of what was presented today and how you think that seminar went this morning.
Sure. Well, the focus of our talk today was about how to manage your transition cows because they experience a lot of health issues, as any dairy person would know. And we began doing research about 35 years ago at our center on dairy cows, studying how their immune system operated, whether it was functional, fully functional, or not. And after that period of time, over the last 3 decades, we did a lot of work trying to find ways to reverse the immune suppression that cows experience around calving time. And the good news is that we found some ways that looked very encouraging, and the better news was that a little over a year ago, in March of last year, the FDA approved a new product that was based on our research that was funded by taxpayers at the National Animal Disease Center for a new immune restorative for dairy cattle. So it's a very exciting time for dairy producers in that regard. The room was filled. There was a lot of people in attendance. I'd say it was standing room only, but they were sitting on the floor. So it was good. It was a very engaged crowd, and they had a lot of great questions.
And what were some of those questions, if you don't mind sharing? What were some of the popular concerns with some of our dairy producers in attendance?
Well, the new product has a label claim for mastitis, so as a researcher, I always look for even greater ways to expand the use of a product. And dairy farmers are no dummies. They're thinking that way too. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the questions were about how would this product benefit reproductive health and those sort of questions. So they were thinking about other ways to use new products, which is typically what happens when something comes along like that.
And why do you think it's so important for dairy farmers to manage their transition cows and really put that focus into the spotlight?
Well, as you know, the time of giving birth is very stressful. And if a cow comes through the transition period in a good manner, where she doesn't experience any infectious or metabolic disease, the odds are she's going to be a pretty profitable entity in that herd for that lactation. On the other hand, we do know, and it's well documented, that if a cow gets a case of mastitis prior to reaching her peak of milk production for that lactation, her entire lactation curve will be forever blunted that year. So avoiding infectious disease is worth a lot of money for dairy farmers, and that to me is the big focus that you need to keep in mind. Prevention is definitely worth a pound of cure when it comes to preventing diseases like mastitis in dairy cows.
And obviously you've had several decades in your career. What's the biggest change that you've seen in your career with the way that this situation is managed and the technology that we've been able to utilize to help control some of those diseases?
Well, it's been a rather huge evolution. Mm-hmm. I was milking cows in the mid-'60s as a young child, owned my first Holstein cow back then, and the way we milk cows today is completely different. The amount of effort and energy that goes into managing the nutrition of cows is just phenomenal. I think there's a lot of need for research on how to understand what we need to do to feed those transition cows better, but we've come a long ways. Clearly, robotics is a game changer for many dairy people. The genetics has been ever improving, and just the overall practices that we have on farms where we keep cows healthy, keep them in a good, clean environment, and biotechnology, which has enabled this new product to come forward, are revolutionary tools that we have available today that were not available 3 or 4 decades ago. So the investment in research always pays off. The Economic Research Service estimated a 17-to-1 return on investment for ag R&D money. So I think when we look at it in that regard, we got to feed the world. And research takes a long time. That was 27 years ago that we first put this molecule into cows around calving time, and it took 27 years for it to be approved through the FDA.
Wow.
So it takes time, and when the products come to market, they have a long-term effect, and hopefully, you know, are very sustainable for dairy farmers.
And what kind of positive changes do you think this product is going to have in the short and long-term future?
Well, hopefully the experiences that a lot of dairy farmers that are using it, from what I've heard, they are seeing fewer cows in the sick pen, and they're seeing fewer antibiotics used. And that was the vision we had over 30 years ago when we first started going down this path. If we can find ways to manage cows through stressful periods where their immune system doesn't get as impaired, they don't have as many infectious disease, you're naturally going to use fewer antibiotics. So it's all good.
Mm-hmm. And as you've spent time here at World Dairy Expo, obviously you presented this seminar this morning, but what are some of the other hot topics that you're hearing around, some of the buzzwords and ideas that you've been hearing from producers as you made your way around the expo grounds?
Well, I've not been through everything yet,
Yes.
and I plan on getting there.
Sure.
But I think that the excitement around the robotics seems to be very real, and I know personally farmers that are using those, and that's a big game changer for some of the smaller family farms that use them. And the other things, I think there's a big emphasis on what we're putting into our cows to feed them. And it's very important that we have high quality feedstuffs that we give those cows, and research into that area is definitely going to pay off in the long term as well. So I think the interest here in that area is very big, and rightfully so.
Well, Dr. Mark, once again, thank you for joining us and being here today and being a part of the 2017 show.
My pleasure, thank you.
Well, coming up on WXPO News, love is in the air in Madison. Hear one couple's unique story when we come back.
The latest innovation is the Magellan Active Alley Flooring. The Magellan rubber flooring is an innovative solution for drainage and removal of the liquids in the alleys. The future lies in understanding animal needs. Innovation is dedicated to solutions and to the profitability of cattle rearing.
The future of dairy health is here with a new portfolio that's more comprehensive than ever. Proven products like Bovacalc, Polymast, Today, Zactran, and Epronex. Stop by Beringer Ingelheim, booths 2806 to 2809 to get your free Epronex beanie while supplies last. And don't forget to enter for your chance to win a pellet grill from Yoder Smokers.
Well, earlier today, I had a chance to catch up with a couple who's had an extra special World Dairy Expo this year. Here at World Dairy Expo, some of the activities you've been involved with, the things you've been participating so far.
I am this year's national ambassador for the Brown Swiss Association, and I've been coming to Expo for the last 8 years, either helping out with other people showing and showing my own junior lease projects. And for the past 2 years, we actually have bought a couple heifers and brought them down ourselves.
Great. And Matt, what about you?
I'm just working in the barn, helping her get them ready and get them to the ring, take care of them while she's doing her other stuff she has to do for Ambassador, and make sure they're all good to go.
Wonderful. And Matt, what made you pick World Dairy Expo to pop the question?
When we first met a long time ago, she said that if she always wanted to get engaged at Expo, and I thought this year was the year, I guess.
So Maddie, can you explain to us how it happened and walk us through the story?
Yeah. So I was actually late to the Brown Swiss heifer show. It had already started, and I was prepping a March calf that needed to go in. So I was just about to leave for Ambassador, and he was telling me, oh yeah, I'll just go with you to that end to go to the bathroom. I was like, okay. And as we kept walking, I was like, oh, the bathroom's back there. Like, aren't you going? And he's like, no, I really have a question to ask you. And I was like, all I need is my heifer fancy, my show harness, and we'll be in my polo. All will be good to go, because I was handing out ribbons in between the showing myself. And he goes, no, I really have a question. And I turned around, and he was down on one knee and asked me. And my friend Renee was coming around the corner and had it all on tape and pictures.
Great. Well, congratulations, you two, and enjoy the rest of the show. This is going to be a tough one to top.
Thank you.
Best of luck to the happy couple. Well, not only does Expo offer educational opportunities for those directly connected to the dairy community, but it shares the dairy story with thousands of fourth grade students and their teachers. Joining me now to share more is the 70th Allison Dairyland, Crystal Seamers-Peterman. Crystal, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So before we talk about the fourth grade students, some of our viewers may not be familiar with Allison Dairyland. So can you give them a little bit of a glimpse into what you are and what you represent?
Of course. So as Alice, I'm Wisconsin's Agriculture Ambassador. So for an entire year, I travel all across this great state of Wisconsin, sharing the many messages about Wisconsin's diverse agriculture industry. So I'm able to do that through lots of social media posts, lots of traveling, public events, and just visiting with lots of people. So it's a very rewarding experience.
Yeah, sounds like a fun job. So when you're here at World Dairy Expo, you're participating in a lot of different activities throughout the week, and one of those highlights you've been doing for the last 2 days is visiting with fourth grade students.
Right.
First of all, how many students will you see at World Dairy Expo?
So throughout the last 2 days, we saw over 1,500 fourth grade students. So it's just such a great opportunity to really connect with kids. It's a great age group. They're really interested. They have lots of questions and a lot of excitement too. So having a lot of fun and teaming up with the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board and the new initiative that they're with the Fuel Up to Play 60 for Farm to Wisconsin with Wisconsin Cheese.
So what kinds of things are these students learning, not only from you and the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, but while they're at the show?
So they're learning about the entire dairy industry. So we start on the farm, talking about how cows are cared for, how dairy farmers are so passionate about making sure that their cows are happy and healthy. And then we kind of go through the process of seeing how milk and dairy products go from farm to their school. So going down and talking about different dairy breeds and talking about like the average cow gives 120 cartons of milk a day. They love those statistics. And just sharing the different careers in agriculture and just everything that the dairy industry has to offer.
And why do you think it's so important, events like this for fourth grade students, and not only the fourth grade students, but their teachers, maybe their parents? Why is Expo such a platform for them to come to? Why is it important?
Well, they're able to bring a lot of great take-home messages. So perhaps they were really intrigued by the dairy show here, you know, with the beautiful blue colored shavings, a lot of questions about that. And there's just so much to learn and so many different aspects of the dairy industry. So I think there's different things for every kid, and there's so much to see that no matter what your background is, you're gonna take home great messaging about the dairy industry, and just there's something for everyone here.
Have you had any fun questions that you've been asked, not only here at World Dairy Expo, but your time as Alice in Dairyland so far?
So everyone is always intrigued about Wisconsin cheese. So Wisconsin produces more than 600 varieties, types, and styles of cheeses. So everyone is always curious on naming some of those unique cheeses. So I've made it a lot of mission to really try more cheeses. So hopefully a lot of kids, when they're leaving World Dairy Expo, they want to try even more. So lots of different questions, and it's just such a rewarding experience seeing all of their excitement.
Wonderful. Well, thanks again, Crystal, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your time here at Expo.
Thank you.
Still to come, the Masters crew was hard at work again yesterday testing attendees on the street on their Expo knowledge. We'll share how they did coming up. You're watching WXPO News.
The latest innovation is the Magellan Active Alley Flooring. The Magellan rubber flooring is an innovative solution for drainage and removal of the liquids in the alleys. The future lies in understanding animal needs. Innovation is dedicated to solutions and to the profitability of cattle rearing.
The future of dairy health is here with a new portfolio that's more comprehensive than ever. Proven products like Vovacalc, Polymast, Today, Zactran, and Epronex. Stop by Beringer Ingelheim, booths 2806 to 2809 to get your free Epronex beanie while supplies last. And don't forget to enter for your chance to win a pellet grill from Yoder Smokers.
Welcome back. You're taking a look live at the Expo grounds, looking at the grilled cheese stand that UW-Madison puts on year after year. Doesn't look like the line is too long, so if you're around grounds, be sure to stop in before they close this afternoon. Other trade show exhibitors were presented Outstanding Booth Awards, sponsored by Filament this afternoon in a record-breaking year for participating companies. This small Outstanding Booth Award was presented to Next Grow Alfalfa, located in the Arena building. Winning the Intermediate Outstanding Booth Award was WG Critical Care LLC, located in the Exhibition Hall. And rounding out the honorees is Large Outstanding Booth Award winner, Bayland Buildings, also located in the Exhibition Hall. Again, congratulations to all of today's booth winners. Well, if you follow World Dairy Expo on any of our social pages, you're likely to have seen our vlog series, created by Master's Choice. World Dairy Expo partnered up with them this year to bring various areas of the show to life. Yesterday, grilled cheese and ice cream coupons were on the line as they surveyed various attendees to test their Expo knowledge.
Guys, we're here at the 51st World Dairy Expo in Madison, Wisconsin. We got a really fun day planned for you for the vlog. We're going to go around the show, lots of different locations, and we're going to ask the attendees some random questions and just see how their answers are. Winners get free grilled cheese and free ice cream. So let's go to it. And we're back. All right, guys, here's the game. You get 2 out of 3 questions right, you get free grilled cheese. Sound good? Yeah. Yep. All right, first question. In what building on the grounds is the official World Dairy Expo gift shop located?
Can we take a guess?
Exposition. Wait, isn't that the building over there?
Over there?
It's over there. Wait.
The exposition hall.
Is that one? Yeah, it's that one.
The exhibition hall.
Exhibition hall.
The exhibition hall.
How many companies participated in the World Dairy Expo show in 2016?
1,281. 1,783.
I'm gonna go 491.
There were 881.
If you were a cow, what would your cow name be?
Bessie.
Glitters.
Good looking.
I don't know. Ask them first. I gotta see.
Tank.
Food.
Maybe Buster?
Hey, I was gonna say that.
I'm gonna go with Rex.
Probably Jersey Guernsey.
Chenol Durham Arrow, otherwise known as Thomas.
I would have to go with my favorite cow's name, Ivy.
Timber. Moo. Moo.
If I was a cow, my name would be Frank.
In what year was the first World Dairy Expo held?
1960.
1960.
I have to do math because this is the 51st one.
Okay, if I told you this is the 51st World Dairy Expo, does that help you?
Yeah, 67.
So
That's-
1967.
In what year was this exhibition hall built?
1954. Gosh.
No.
Oh.
2001.
Higher.
1980.
Higher.
88.
Higher.
89.
Keep going.
Let's see. I grew up 2 miles from here, so I can probably tell you it was
2000.
Lower.
1999.
Lower.
1997.
Lower.
1995.
Lower.
94.
Yes!
It is 94.
94. Yeah, she came back to it.
It was.
We'll give you points for that.
1995. It's 1994?
Yes!
Yeah! See,
You got it.
I knew it was 94.
We'll edit that 95 part out. Hey, let's get this man some ice cream, all right? We have a winner. 2 right answers. We're getting grilled cheese. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
All right, have fun, y'all. Yeah, good looking's getting ice cream. We will give you the tiebreaker, and we will give you free ice cream. We have a winner.
All right, cool. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you. Bessie and Glitters are getting free ice cream, guys. How's that World Dairy Expo complimentary ice cream tasting?
It's really good.
Awesome. All right, you go in there, go to the GEA booth, you get some free ice cream, all right?
Sounds good.
Timber and Moo are eating free grilled cheese. Thanks, guys. All right, give them a coupon, Aaron.
There they are.
Yeah. So, bro, you're struggling.
I'm just gonna have to give you guys $4.
All right, guys, we had so much fun walking around and talking to everybody today. I hope you had fun in it.
Finally, we leave you with this evening's social shout out, this time from Jonelle from Ontario. She shared this photo and said, "It's special to hear the traditional Swiss alpine horns at #WDE 2017. What an iconic spot for an expo performance." Well, that's all the time we have today. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to join us again tomorrow morning for WXPO News at 9 as we share more results, stories, and moments right here on Expo 360.